The year was 1954. With their sturdy, broken-down microphones, they were headed for greatness in the American West. Jack and Ron in the morning. If you don't laugh like this, you're probably normal.
The following entertainment special contains mature subject matter. Parents may consider some of the program content unsuitable for children. Parental discretion is advised. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's the bad boys of radio. Here's Jack and Ron.
Well, hey. Howdy, hi there, friends and neighbors. It's your good buddies Jack Dam Elliott, Ron Dam Williams, right here at Othello's Italian Restaurant in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the Monday podcast, the #1 video podcast in America. Thanks to you and everybody for checking out the #1 video podcast in America. There aren't a whole lot of people out there who can claim, in fact, there's nobody but us, who can claim to have the #1 video podcast.
Thank you very much. You are so correct, my friend.
And we want to thank the people at Othello's for letting us come in here each and every Monday. 1 South Broadway in historic downtown Edmond, and we just tear this place up and have a good time. Meanwhile, Othello's opens daily at 4 p.m. for incredible Italian food, not only here in Edmond, but the location they have on Campus Corner in Norman. Mm-hmm. You are going to love the Italian food here at Othello's.
You know, they come here early.
Uh-huh.
You know, we're here and we have to turn them up. We actually have to turn business down because they aren't open until 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And folks come in and
thinking it's lunchtime.
And you know, face all scrunched up, ready to eat, mouth dry. Come on.
Yeah. But they open at 4 daily here and in Norman. And we also have to thank Richard, producer, the guy who puts together all the gear and does all the technical aspect of this particular live performance. And I point that out, live. And while you're watching live, be sure to share this podcast with all your friends and relatives and whoever else, your pet monkey, on your share device. In fact, I'm going to share it right now. As soon as I pull it up, I'm going to share on mine as well. So go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, we got to thank our good sponsor, one of our great sponsors, Howard Harris Funeral Services. When it comes time for that final journey, they are the ones you need to talk to, but talk to them before the journey begins.
Oh, yeah. Talking to them afterward could be a very strange situation.
Right.
But, you know, you look at things and you know, I don't know how folks will take it, but I have to just say it. You see how well you do when you pre-plan your final journey.
Right.
The Pope did.
Yeah.
He wanted to go to a place that hadn't, you know, a person hadn't been buried at the Vatican, a Pope, in over a century. He wanted to go somewhere else. He had everything already planned. Look, if it's good enough for the Pope, it's good enough for you.
I agree. And Howard Harris are the folks you need to talk to. And we'll have more information about them coming up.
Yes, indeed.
Here. And also want to go ahead and mention the fact that one of our other sponsors happens to be Jack Attack Clean and Shine. You need to get this for your vehicle. Inside and out, leather, plastic, trim, chrome, glass, plexiglass, and the paint will shine like never before.
I used that yesterday, my friend.
It worked?
Believe it or not, I was helping a friend, and it was just great.
Goes on easy, comes right off,
Yeah,
and boy, will it shine.
It was dynamite.
And how do
I
you?
was laughing, and they said, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "I'm laughing because I'm always giving Jack a hard time, and here I am, spray, using his product, spray, and it worked great.
It's good stuff, I promise.
Great, man.
Yeah, because I got together with the folks at Biotech. We put this together. Jack Attack Clean and Shine. I'm not kidding. It's not a joke. It is for real. Go to shopjackattack.com. That's shopjackattack.com.
All right.
And get some.
We want to say hello to Chris Johnson. Interesting. Says, well, I was streaming a Wu-Tang concert on YouTube, but I guess I'll pause to watch these two guys instead.
Well, I'm glad he did.
Yeah, and you know what? You'll be much more entertained.
I hope so. I'm still hoping I can get to the Jack and Ron Facebook page to having a little problem here on my deal. There we are. No, that ain't it.
Well, while you're doing that, I can go ahead and give you an update on something we were talking about last time.
All right.
Remember the big sperm race we were talking about?
I do.
Okay. Well, the sperm race was held Friday.
And
it was a USC student, up against a UCLA student. USC won, by the way, and they were betting on that. The betting was up to $329,000
That's a bunch of money.
on some sperm.
No kidding. And so USC they were victorious?
Yes, it
All
was.
right.
It was a student from USC against a student from UCLA. I guess they, I don't know, had to have a preview or whatever. But USC won. Don't know by how many laps.
Well, congratulations to USC. Now, here's a business opportunity we missed out on. Let me tell you, thousands and thousands of people stood in line and went through the line to see the Pope in his casket. What in the world were we thinking? We should have come up with that thirst quencher, Pope-a-Cola, and stood there selling bottles of the stuff to everybody in line. We would have made a fortune.
Yep.
Job done.
Yeah, but there was some controversy there as well involving President Trump. Well, controversy and Trump, they sort of go together.
I think you're going to talk about his attire.
Yeah, he was criticized for his suit. He wore a blue suit, and he was in the third row, and everybody around him had on black suits.
Everybody
except him.
knew you were going to wear, or
Yeah.
you were supposed to wear, a black suit. He decided to show up in a, blue suit with a blue tie instead of something, whatever. I mean,
Yeah, and it was like, I don't know who his aide is to make sure that he doesn't do something stupid, but right now he needs to be fired. That was stupid. You don't let your president get embarrassed like that.
there you have
Just
it.
don't.
All right. We've got to kick things off with two tough trivia. Here we go.
Well, what do Tony Romo, Warren Moon, and Kurt Warner all have in common?
They were quarterbacks.
Oh, man, look at you.
Hey!
But that's not the answer.
Oh,
You got any idea, Richard?
and they all play football.
Well, that's good. They all drive a car.
Yeah.
They all wear shoes.
None of them play football now.
They breathe.
Yes, they do. Yeah. They bathe, but does it have something to do with their football careers?
Yes, it does.
Were they all Heisman Trophy winners?
No.
No, they weren't.
No. Kurt Warner, I don't think he won
No.
the Heisman Trophy.
Hell,
No.
heck no. He was a walk-on.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a good walk-on. But
Yeah, he wasn't a bad walk-on. That's pretty good for a walk-on. Okay, so I guess
in a bit we'll give you
find
the
out.
answer. Yeah.
at the end of the podcast, at the end of this #1 video podcast in America, you'll get the answer.
And just think, you'll be able to stump all of your friends in the office or wherever you work with this question and answer.
What were the three players again?
Warren Moon, Kurt Warner, and Tony Romo.
What do they all have in common?
Yes.
All right. We'll find out.
What?
What was that?
sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
Richard's over there watching something
Oh, Mike Lauderdale
I was watching
saying,
you guys from last week.
from last week. Okay,
Mike
Lauderdale.
Lauderdale saying hi. So,
Hey, Mike
Hey,
Lauderdale. Thanks for checking
checking
us
us
out. Hey, and be sure to go ahead and share this podcast with everybody you know. Hey, I wanted to make mention real quick before we get to Asinine Trivia. That's where we query Richard, but there was a bizarre turn of events on a Southwest Air flight. A female passenger traveling on a Southwest Air flight to Chicago allegedly, no, it happened. She stripped down naked and then pooped on her seat. The plane had 418 passengers, and they grounded the plane at Midway when they landed. They said the teams from Southwest were reaching out to those on board to apologize for the situation and any delay to their travel
Now,
plans.
wait a minute. Now, did she do this because she's crazy or because she just couldn't help herself and somebody was in the bathroom?
Might be both. I don't know. Who strips down completely naked and poops?
Yeah,
I mean,
completely naked is aggressive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Going
It's like some kid stuff.
yeah, it sounds like child
It
stuff.
reminds me of this, was it Seinfeld? When I forgot the guy's name. When he goes to use the restroom, even if it's #1, he has to take his pants down and shirt off.
Was that Kramer?
No, not
George?
Kramer. George, yeah.
George,
That
yeah.
was George. He came out of the bathroom. Why are you half naked? You were just going in there. And he said, but I always do this. I said, oh man.
You know what? I have to admit, I think Seinfeld was one of the better sitcoms. I really enjoyed Seinfeld. Some of the different situations they developed, I was like,
It held up well.
Yeah.
And what I say, it holds up well.
holds up well.
Yeah.
I can still watch those repeats today and still laugh.
And you know what? And a show that I really like, but I don't see any reruns, is Blackish.
Blackish was great.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, here's a guy who's making it
Yeah.
in this neighborhood where everybody's like, why are you in this neighborhood? Anyway, and I don't see it being run on anywhere.
That's
at
one.
this point.
That's one I loved the Jeffersons, because when they moved on up to the east side or whatever it was, the fact that they were living pretty high. They had that dry cleaning service, that
Yep.
string of dry cleaners. That was a cool show. That was funny, and they had the funny neighbors. And anyway, so I liked Seinfeld. I liked
Things are real.
Blackish. And,
Things are real. You have a lot of fun when you have a lot of money to go with it.
yeah, isn't that the truth? All right, we got to get to asinine trivia. This is trivia so easy it's asinine. Years ago, the sales department would come to us and say, Jack, Ron, look, I got this product that the client really wants to promote, and so I need you to come up with a contest and make it sound big, make it sound huge. They're giving us like a 6-pack of Dr. Pepper, and they want it to sound like you're giving away a Cadillac Escalade. So what we did is kind of as a backhanded slap, we'd come up with a contest that was like really cheeseball and easy to win, just because we didn't feel that the little 6-pack of soda pop was worthy of us putting too much effort into it. Anyway.
Yeah, the question sort of mirrored the prize.
Yeah. So here we go. Instead of questioning anybody else, we question Richard, our producer here. All right, question 1 with asinine trivia.
Slap it on me.
Who usually drives a squad car?
Ooh.
Police.
Police officer, you're right. Number 2, now you might need to think about this.
Why do they call it a squad car?
I know.
You can't get a squad in there.
No,
No, you can't.
it's a good point. All right.
That should have been a too tough trivia question. Okay.
Question number 2. What is the first thing most people do when they wake up in the morning? First thing.
Open their eyes. Get out of bed. Use the bathroom.
There you go, the bathroom. There you go. Most people go ahead and hit the latrine. Final question for you. Name the 2 guys who have won more broadcast awards than any other broadcasters in Oklahoma and were named Radio Personalities of the Year in 2024 by the Radio's Got Talent Bureau, and who regularly dip broccoli in chocolate syrup to place on top of their pepperoni pizza while sitting in a hot tub filled with live goldfish, those goldfish nibbling on their tasty bits, and who also perform the #1 video podcast in America.
Jack and Ron.
Hey! Good job, brother. Good job.
We need to start checking about the type of fish that they put. It's supposed to be goldfish. Some are just a little too aggressive.
Yeah, those damn piranha, man.
Yeah,
You can't have that.
All right. By the way, Shannon Johnson Tedford is watching. Mark Wedge is watching as well.
Really?
And is saying, good afternoon, Jack and Ron. Well, good afternoon to you, too.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Yes. Very good. Yeah, Mark Wedge is on there. I didn't see the lady, though, you mentioned.
She's right under
that's a
Mike
good-
Lauderdale.
Oh. Is Mike Lauderdale
I
and
mean,
Mark?
on this, not right on.
Yeah, on your video screen.
Yeah, thank
All
you
right,
very much.
well. Hey, I had this email that Richard had printed out last week, which kind of turned into, in reading it, almost a soap opera moment. And I kind of edited it to so we could squeeze through it. Can I read this right now?
Go for it.
It's kind of a Jack and Ron soap opera moment.
Yeah, the anonymous line.
Dear Jack and Ron, here's the deal. A couple of weeks ago, my 2 best friends, Carla and Jess, invited me to dinner at a fancy restaurant. It's our go-to spot for catching up. Well, I figured it was just another girls' night out. Oh, was I wrong. Everything started out fine, she says. We were just chatting about everything, but out of nowhere, Carla just clears her throat and says, guys, I got something to say. For the past 6 months, I've been seeing Jess's fiance. I remember Carla and Jess are there with this girl. And she says, I've been seeing Jess's fiance, meaning, they said you could have heard a pin drop. Jess's face went through all kinds of stages of doubt, disbelief, shock. But wait, she says it gets even crazier. While Jess is still there trying to process this whole thing, guess who walks in? Jess's fiance, rather. Jess's fiance, and Carla has the nerve to wave him on over to their table in the restaurant. Okay? At this point, Jess is shaking with anger.
No, he didn't actually go over there, did he?
The fiance comes over looking all sheepish. He's looking all sheepish, and Carla stands up like she's proud of what she just did. Jess loses it. She starts calling Carla every name in the book. Meanwhile, the whole restaurant's watching. Oh, my. Carla grabs her purse, grabs her fiance's or Jess's fiance's hand, and says, "Let's go." And they actually walk out together, leaving Jess and this.
Oh, wow. I think
person.
I understood. So Jess. So it's Jess's fiance. He left with Carla.
With Carla.
Oh, dang.
I know.
Yeah, they had that set up. That's beat up, man.
I
You could
know.
have did that at home.
And she says, "I've never seen anything like it in my life." Jess was too mad to even cry. I didn't know what to say. I mean, what do you say after something like that? So there you have it. I don't know. What do you say?
Yeah, I think when I read it last, like a couple weeks ago, I thought it was the fiance took her fiance and they left to
No.
argue and everything in the
Carla
street.
took off with Jess's fiance. Yeah.
What a douche.
Yeah.
Well,
Isn't that something?
She bragged about it.
He's a
She was
jerk.
pretty happy with it.
Yeah, so
I hope he gets it back.
Yeah.
I blame him.
Well, I think it was stupid when somebody says, "Come on over here," and you see who's sitting at the table.
Well, clearly he wanted to do it.
Yeah, well, and he had no choice at that particular point.
he was kinda stuck.
I would have gone to
he
the
knew.
restroom at the back door.
He knew
or
where
something
Carla
like
was going, and he knew where Jess was going.
He obviously walked in and knew maybe he was just
Carla
so,
and him had that set up.
yeah, and maybe
That's
he was
beat
so
up.
he
Man,
was-
that's worse than being. Somebody could get
Here's the
really
deal.
hurt.
Oh, yeah, so-
really
yeah.
hurt. I know some folks who would. They would
Nah,
have
y'all
made it
ain't-
out
y'all
that
ain't about to
restaurant.
just walk
man.
out.
No.
Here's my theory. I think the fiance was just fed up with Jess, but he didn't want to have to sit down and explain to her that it's time to break up and go their separate ways. He thought, let's just shock the heck out of her. And then they walk in, or he walks in. Carla explains to
He probably walked in with a smile on the face.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
"Hey,
Well,
look at
how
me."
many people were at this table now?
just
Three.
the
Three.
three girls,
Okay.
the writer, the one who wrote the email, and then
the
Carla and
ones
Jess.
involved, and the other who's the spectator.
Yeah.
Thing. Oh my gosh!
What a
what's
great
going on?
soap opera moment.
Or spectator. Maybe I should
What
say
would you,
witness.
what,
that-
what,
she's the
what would y'all
witness.
what would y'all tell her what she should have done?
Who, Jess?
No, the spectator.
Oh,
like,
Carla?
if it's just you and Carla,
Oh, somebody-
sitting
All right,
or you
well-
and Jess sitting at the table, just
All right. Well, they walked out.
they're gone.
They're gone.
And
Okay, I
Jess
would-
is
I
over
would
here
be-
just fuming. Just can't
Well,
believe her
I would
fiance
try
just walked
to-
out.
I would try to take her and try to let her know it's going to be okay. You try to calm her down and everything else, unless she has grabbed a steak knife. And
She marching.
yeah, she said, "Get out of my way."
All right. Hey, I got another quick story for you that I thought was fairly interesting. 36-year-old guy in the UK, his name is Ewan. He woke up a couple months ago and realized that his car had been stolen out of his driveway. Isn't that awful? It was a black Honda Civic. He was just beside himself because it really was a car he liked. He reported it, did all the insurance paperwork, but the car was never found. So he went out to buy a similar replacement. He found a perfect match at a used car dealer about an hour away from where he lives. He bought it for $26,000. That's when things started feeling really weird. The car wasn't detailed, so there was stuff inside, like a piece of paper that somebody had left there, a Christmas tree, pine needles, and some candy bar wrappers. Well, that debris seemed like trash, but it felt familiar. He was,
Familiar trash.
yeah. It was messing around with the car's navigation system then and saw that his own address and his parents' address were in there, in the history. So he took it to the dealership and confirmed it was his car.
Wow.
His car was stolen.
They sold it.
He gets his insurance paperwork and the money. He goes to a dealership and buys it, ends up buying his own car back. The VIN number and all the mileage had all coincided, and they called the police and couldn't believe it either, the cops. Sounds like the thieves did all the cloning work to change the car and then sold it to the used car place. They were also duped. No word if the guy's getting the money back or not, but I would think that somehow, some way, the dealership would Well, I don't know if they can take the car back.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
what would they?
Because it was a stolen vehicle.
But he
Yeah,
got
so-
another car. But here's the deal.
But the dealership got screwed.
Yeah.
The car-
Essentially,
yeah.
He
because
got
they
another
paid for that
car.
car.
Well, he got the same car.
He got the same car.
I know, but he got another car.
But it was his car to begin with.
That's right. He's innocent. He got another car.
Well, he got the car, but I mean,
Now what happens with
what-
his insurance?
Here's what I'm thinking.
Insurance.
His insurance didn't.
Yeah, I know. Do
They
demand
want the money back.
Yeah, they want the money
back
back.
because he's going to get his car back, and the only one who really gets screwed on the deal is the dealership who bought the car from the con man.
They
Yeah.
certainly didn't do a good job of checking that out,
Investigating, yeah.
especially leaving all that stuff, all that junk, and
Yep.
crap
They didn't try to clean it
inside.
up.
No. So obviously,
Dealership's fault.
Yeah, and they got what was coming to them with their no cleaning up self.
All right, I got something I thought was pretty interesting because they say that, some of the different generations coming up now do not know how to do a lot of things that many of us know how to do. Generational, I guess, troublesome folks, or trouble for some folks.
Okay.
Here's what they're saying. A lot of these are things that baby boomers can do, but they're shocked that Gen Zers can't. How to address a piece of mail. How to fill out a piece of mail. And
Who can't
address
do
it.
that?
Some of the Gen Zers, they say.
Oh.
Younger people. They said they also don't know how to unclog a toilet using a plunger. Well, they'll learn. They also
Change their diet.
they also have a hard time telling time on a clock with hands, instead of a digital readout. Also, how to cook, how to write a check. That's one I think a lot of younger people don't know how to do. Write a check. Most people don't write too many checks these days.
Yeah, especially Gen Z. I wouldn't be surprised.
And then I'll give you just three more. How to use a manual can opener. Who needs one? They're all electronic these days. How to write in cursive. There's a lot of young people who don't know how to do cursive. And finally, this one really stands out. How to drive a stick shift automobile.
I believe it.
Yeah, that one I believe a lot of young
The
people don't
millennials
know.
are the last frontier.
Yeah, everything went to automatic.
Yeah.
So there you
Yeah,
have
I was about to say, a manual. What are you going
Clutch.
to tear that up?
Clutch.
You tear that
Got
clutch
it.
up,
Grab
man.
that clutch. Just tear that
Everything.
clutch up.
it. Yeah, burn that clutch up, man.
Or go to a parking space that's on a hill.
Good luck.
Oh boy.
All right, we got a piece of audio we want to share. And maybe you've seen these two sisters. They're twins. I saw them on Kimmel. I saw them on a news feed. Two sisters, they gave an eyewitness account of a carjacker who was involved in a deadly crash. The interview's all over social media because they're identical twins. But the deal is they speak in unison. Have you guys seen this?
I have not.
I'm a
that
play-
creeps me out. Like identical twins
Yeah.
creep me out
Well,
already.
what freaks me out is Kimmel. I'm not up that late.
Okay. Well, he had these two on via satellite from Australia. But this is the interview they gave to the news crew asking about the accident they witnessed. Just check out the audio. These are twins, Bridget and Paula Powers, and they speak in unison. Just check this out.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum. He went up there and he
was coming back down
towards us and he goes, run, he's got a gun. And our heart started to pound and I said, oh, mum, where's mum? And poor mum was stuck up there, but apparently our brave mum, she goes, are you all right?
because he had all blood
all
on
over his face. And he
And
goes, I'll shoot you. She goes, hey, I'm here to help.
Unusual thing to see them actually on video talking in unison.
I should
saying
have
the
pulled that
same thing.
video.
It doesn't, and truthfully, there's no, they're not like reading off a prompter or something. They just talk. When each one of them talks, they say the same thing at the same time.
That's kind of dangerous when you have somebody with a gun who gets really upset.
Yeah.
Y'all shut up and starts firing. I don't know.
It could happen.
Yeah,
All right, well, I just
buddy.
thought you had to hear that because they cracked me up. What's that?
Yeah, and they're old.
Yeah, they're not kids. They're
Oh, they're not old, but
Yeah, but they're
just a
probably in
little
their
older,
40s, yeah.
Wow, that's creepy.
That's not
They've got the
old
same
at all,
color
man.
shirt,
I know they wear the same clothes. They look.
same hairstyle.
See, you would think these are twins, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
identical.
you know, I have heard that identical twins.
That's why I don't.
Yeah, they want to establish themselves as to who they are, the individuals, and
Right.
rather than we're not together, we are individuals.
I think those are the ones that can't talk to themselves. I think there's other type of. I think these are the ones that they be talking to themselves.
Yeah,
like tell it in the mind. Like, I think they form a relationship in the womb where they can talk to each other, and that stuff continues. That's why I don't trust them.
I wonder how they did in school together.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, when they were sitting in school, they had we're gonna have Bridget come up, and she's gonna do her oral presentation about I don't know, the Niagara Falls. So she gets up there in front of the class, she starts talking, and all of a sudden the sister's saying the same thing as she is at the same time.
I wonder would they make sure that these two are never in the same classroom.
I bet they did.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we got to take a break because we're starting to run behind, which is nothing new for us. We'll take a break. By the way, when we break, our commercials are better than any you've ever seen before. Better than anything on the Super Bowl. So we'll take a break and we'll come right back. Don't go. We've got news of the I'll Be Damned, Tri-Bond, Sleazy Trashy Showbiz Report. What else we got? Just a whole bunch of. Did I say dumbass joke of the day? We got that too.
And other surprises, stuff we don't even know.
Yeah. So hang tight. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, Jack, BK, I need some wings. Are you guys up there?
Affirmative. Your backup is cloud-based. It's all on the cloud nowadays.
That's funny. But you guys have the wings?
Winger, Jack, winger. Winger. Hey, they had a couple of big hits back in the 80s, remember? Winger, big hair.
Great wings don't just fall from the sky. They come from Louie's, where we're preparing food fresh daily. Come try one of our great new sandwiches. Or wings with any of 7 delicious sauces. Louie's, we're in your neighborhood.
We've got this down to a science. Over. Yeah, we're just not up here winging it.
Hey, Al, I thought we were meeting at Othello's.
Hey, Jack, I am at Othello's.
Well, I'm looking around, and I don't see you. Well, wait, are you at Othello's in Edmond?
No, I'm at Othello's in Campus Corner in Norman.
Oh, great. Well, fortunately, both Othello's have great Italian food.
They sure do, and I'm having the baked ziti.
Ooh, I'm having chicken marsala.
Let's continue with the meeting.
Yeah, sure thing, over the phone, but I need one thing.
What's that?
Your credit card number, because you're buying. Othello's Italian Restaurant on Campus Corner in Norman and in downtown Edmond. Othello's, great place, and we're there right now doing our show live each and every Monday at Othello's Italian Restaurant.
Okay, I was just smiling because you're buying. Oh, yeah?
Well,
we'll see about that, buddy.
Yeah, no doubt. And
oh, man.
Anyway, it's good times here at Othello's. You'll love it. They open daily at 4 p.m. We got to tell you all about the nice folks with Howard Harris Funeral Services, too.
Oh, yes, indeed. I mean, these folks, they look at you. They realize exactly what you may have to go through. Therefore, they're offering this pre-plan right here, man, that can make sure that your final journey is exactly the way you want it to be. And here's a good thing for all you veterans out there. They handle all of your veteran documents as needed for your funeral management. So not everyone does that. These guys do. Check them out. And it affords you the peace of mind. You know everything is already taken care of. And at the same time, financial security, pre-funding eliminates the stress associated with funeral payments. And at the same time, you can go ahead and give them a call right now. Call Audrey Howard Harris at 682-1883. That's 405, of course. 682-1883. And remember, they handle everything with elite professionalism and distinction. Check them out. Get your journey in place right now. That's Howard Harris Funeral Services.
All right. Also got to remind you, Jack Attack Clean and Shine is ready for your vehicle. I tell you, this will work perfect on your leather, your vinyl, your glass, plexiglass, chrome, and it makes the outside of your car, the paint just shine like you wouldn't believe. It's a great product. I promise I wouldn't put my name on it if it wasn't. If you want to get this product, you can do it by going to shopjackattack.com or numerous convenience stores around the city, including Boomer Express in Norman, Goodies at Southwest 59th and May, also the Goodies at Memorial and Bryant, and Goodies also at 63rd and North May. They all carry it, or just go to shopjackattack.com. Shopjackattack.com. Get yourself a bottle. It's a great product. I wouldn't endorse it if it wasn't. I wouldn't have my face on the bottle if it wasn't. So there you go. How about that?
All right. By the way, Jason Montgomery is saying, miss you guys on the waves. well, we miss ourselves on the waves as well.
I can't tell you how many people come up to me.
With you guys.
Yeah, Jason, I have so many people come up to me basically on a almost daily but weekly basis and say, hey, how come you guys aren't on the radio anymore? I had to stop listening. There's nothing to listen to on the radio. Where'd you guys go? And so forth. Believe me, and believe Ron, it wasn't our choice. It was their decision and a big mistake on their behalf. And they realize that to this day. They realize what a mistake they made.
Yeah, I think they're
really
just trying to figure out a way to get out of it, to kind of maybe backtrack and correct the mistake. We're willing to listen.
Yeah, we'll sit down at the bargaining table. We'll visit. We'll, we'll break bread, and we'll find out what's really behind all this and see if maybe the proper changes are made. Oh, all right. We got to get to Roy the movie. No, wait. We got email, right?
Yeah.
Is it email time? I do this every week. I forget. Is it Roy or email? Email or Roy?
Well, it's email this time around. And it's what you should do after being ghosted. There are a lot of things that happen. And I guess with proms and other things, as things get warmer, folks go on dates and they break up. What should you do? Do you beg on bended knee? Well,
like if you got ghosted,
yeah,
you can't do nothing.
Yeah, well,
yeah, really, what can you do?
Well, I tell you what, a relationship expert just weighed in on what you should and should not do. After being ghosted, basically, don't look for closure. No matter how much you want it, don't look for closure. It's not going to happen. Check in with yourself to see what you liked or didn't like about the relationship, and what you might like in the future. You broke up for a reason. Go ahead and hold on to that reason.
Yeah.
If you hated her then, hate her more right now. Now, if you're dating,
such a strong word.
Well, yeah. You've been ghosted, man.
Yeah.
If you're dating these days, you've probably been ghosted once or twice or more. It's rough, but a relationship expert just weighed in. Let's start with what you shouldn't do. Don't look for closure, no matter how much you want it. You can send one follow-up checking in, but if they don't respond, that silence may be all the closure you need, and that may be all you get. And so what should you do? Instead of looking for answers from the person who ghosted you, check in with yourself to reflect on the relationship. And as for yourself, things you like in a relationship, what you don't, get that out of the way, and then you can maybe the next time around have somebody that is more in your circle, more in your what you want.
Perfect.
But
good answer.
But don't beg. Don't
good answer.
Don't
F them. F them.
All right, we got to get to Roy the movie guy because he goes to all the movies that we don't go to. He gets to see them all.
I also says F. I didn't say a cuss word.
No.
Okay.
He gets to go to all the movies and then tell us what he thought of them.
Yeah, and even some of the movies that are coming up, whether they're going to be worth it or not.
Yeah. A couple of people have told me that movie Sinners.
Yes.
I want to see that because I'm being told that's pretty good.
You know what? The same thing. In fact, that movie, and I don't know if it's in the movie theaters right now or on if it's streaming, Novocaine.
I heard of that one too. That's another one I've heard is good.
Novocaine is. I happened to see it, and I'm gonna tell you. Check it out.
Okay.
It is.
Is it on streaming or in the theaters?
I don't. Well, I'll put it this way: it's streaming definitely. I don't know. If
it's out there. You can watch it definitely.
You can. Yeah.
You can find it
if you have the right Fire Stick. There's a good chance, and it's been, it's been busted and all that.
You will love it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Meanwhile, let's see what Roy has to say today. Hello, Roy.
Thank you, guys. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Now let's talk some box office numbers and what's opening up this weekend at the box office. Coming in at number 5 was Until Dawn with $8 million. A Minecraft movie came in at number 4 with $22.7 million. The Accountant 2 came in at number 3 with $24.5 million. Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, re-release of the 20th anniversary of it, came in at number 2 with $25.2 million. And once again, number 1 was Sinners with $45 million at the box office. Now let's talk about what's opening up this weekend at the box office. We have one major title opening up. That is the new Marvel Studios movie, Thunderbolts, starring Florence Pugh, Louis Pullman, David Harbour, Wyatt Russell, Sebastian Stan, and Julie Louis-Dreyfus. Ensnared in a death trap, an unconventional team of anti-heroes, Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, and John Walker embarks on a dangerous mission that forces them to confront their darkest corners of their pasts. Rated PG-13 with a runtime of 2 hours and 6 minutes long. And that's a look at what's opening up this weekend at the box office. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right.
A little over 2 hours long for that one.
Yeah, well, you had a little bit of what was going to happen, I think, in that last Captain America movie. But anyway, Roy let us know that Sinners is fantastic.
Yeah.
This is the second week. It's been number one.
I've got to see that movie.
Yeah, I want to see it as well. It's, isn't that amazing? You used to be able to go to a movie and pay an outrageous amount of money, and pay an outrageous amount of money for food and drink, and now you can sit at home and just stream and watch the movie in your underwear.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. All right, we got to get to some more audio. Once again, I want to point out that during our number one terrestrial radio show, we got many, many visits from many, many celebrities who'd pop by. But often it was the queen of the Food Network, Paula Deen. Well, this time she was going to prepare the simple snack known as s'mores, but with her own little spin on it.
Oh, boy.
Here's Paula Deen with Jack and Ron.
Out, roll them around in cornflake and beer batter, and drop them into the deep fat fryer, and in 2 minutes, you have a holiday feast. And so good. I do love butter, don't y'all? You love butter?
Yeah, we love butter, but I've never heard of butter in s'mores.
My two boys, they're like in their 30s or 40s, or I'm not sure, but they love to eat butter.
Yeah.
They eat it right out of the cotton. Sometimes.
Right out of the cotton.
Sometimes while the three of us are sitting there watching Dog the Bounty Hunter,
yeah.
God, he's a good-looking man. Sometimes my two boys are watching Dog the Bounty Hunter. We just eat butter right out of the package.
I'm beginning to understand what's wrong with your son now. With the little zombie head. I see what's wrong with them.
I tell you, it's so good. My boys love watching and eating the butter right out of the package. I gotta run. I have to go film my TV show for the week. This week I'm cooking butter-covered holiday cheese. Oh, God, this is going to be good.
Wait a minute. Butter-covered holiday
cheese. Oh, it's so good. Maybe I'll share that recipe with your audience later this week. All right, honey. Bye, y'all.
There you go.
You know, I think about all of that, and it's absolutely astounding that with all of the cooking and in some instances tasting, that we're still up and walking and, you know, sane.
Well, I'll tell you what, she can put the hurt on a frying pan, no doubt about that, and a deep fryer. All right, we got to get to
The news of the I'll be damned.
Come on with it.
Come on, are you guys ready for news of the I'll be damned? Woo, yeah. A grown woman in Oklahoma, believe it or not, a grown woman in Oklahoma named Darlene was arrested.
No.
She gave a 16-year-old female coworker at her Sonic restaurant a marijuana edible. Well, they both work at Sonic, and Darlene was the girl's manager, and she says she only gave it to the girl because the girl asked for it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, if a 16-year-old asks you for a beer,
come on,
or asks you for a bottle of whiskey or a marijuana edible, what are you going to do? Well, this Darlene, the manager at Sonic, said the girl didn't just get high, she got sick. She vomited, and she was unresponsive. They called 911. They came out, brought the girl out of it. They got her to come to. She's going to be okay. It sounds like Darlene only gave her one, but technically, we don't know if the girl had too much or if it was just a bad reaction. Darlene, by the way, was arrested for contributing to the delinquency of a minor. They have not said if she's still employed by Sonic, but I thought I'd point out the fact that that's a pretty...
That's
got to be more careful.
Yeah. Did they...
pretty crazy.
Just out of curiosity, did they give a name for that edible?
I didn't. No, just said
Just out of curiosity, which Sonic was this in Oklahoma?
Yeah, which Sonic and which brand of edible was it?
They didn't say which brand edible. They didn't say which Sonic. They just said Darlene.
Well, this is a useless story, damn it.
Hey, I hear you. And I got one more for you that's kind of similar. A 33-year-old United States postal worker named Caitlin. She was arrested for DUI in Florida while on duty.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, they said she was pretty blown away. Witnesses called police when they saw the United States postal truck driving the wrong way on a road. And while the driver was throwing plastic cups out of the vehicle, the truck was also swerving in the lane, making U-turns, doing all kinds of loop-de-doops. Cops pulled her over. She appeared confused and disoriented. She failed a sobriety test. Cops asked her if she'd been drinking. She admitted she'd been invited to a house party on her route.
There you go.
And she went in, drank 2 shots of vodka. She was taken to jail, charged with DUI. I bet she had more than 2 shots of vodka.
It'd be like that. Sometimes on those routes, man, those people are nice.
Oh, I've delivered.
Sometimes
you were
on
there.
your lunch break,
see,
it's stressful.
Let me tell you something.
Tell him, Jack.
Richard worked for the post office for a while, delivering. I did as well. Yeah, I was impressed with some of the invites, you could receive.
How many did you take advantage of?
Oh.
What?
No, really, it was usually somebody offering you like a beverage, like a cold beverage because it was a hot day.
Cold beer?
Cold beer, something like
cold
that.
Beer. Yeah. I've never been offered shots.
No shots, but cold beer. And there was one elderly lady on my route.
She offered you the goods?
No, she just offered me iced tea.
Oh, okay.
But there was one, I remember, one now that kind of shocked me, kind of scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
I went to the door to put the mail in the box, and the girl answered the door in her panties.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, here you go."
Yeah.
And I was too. I thought I'm going to get in trouble here.
Caught you off guard. That's what it was. Just caught you off guard. You wasn't prepared.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Prepared.
No.
Now, if you had been prepared, then what?
Oh, who knows? Let the party begin.
Oh, geez.
Anyway, quite often there were people who just were offering something nice. Hey,
especially in
need
the summertime,
cold drink, something like that,
or some hot cocoa in the wintertime.
Yeah, see that's really nice. I guess I need to go ahead and become a little bit more accommodating.
They endure a lot.
Because my guys, like, why is it I get my mail at 9 in the morning, and then the next week I'm getting it at 4 in the afternoon. Why
That
is
might
that?
be, who knows? It could be a plethora of things.
Could be your
route down.
Well, because a lot of times the regular carrier is off on a specific day. I think my girl is off on Wednesday, so the sub is in, and the sub is usually later than Ashley.
Well,
my
now
Ashley.
We see what Jack gives
Yeah, I
his
see.
middle lady.
Yeah, there you go.
Ashley's a very, very nice lady girl.
I'd take you at your word, man.
Hey, I'm telling you, she's very, very nice.
Very.
And very, she takes care of everything, and when it comes to the mail and everything we need.
When it comes to the mail.
If I put the mail on hold because we're going to be gone or whatever, always excellent at that. And she's a very nice girl, too. She's probably in her maybe mid to late 20s, blonde, extremely attractive.
Nice.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
What
But
time does that mail show up?
She's just a great letter carrier. Let me put it that way.
You were a young mail carrier, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
Real young. I mean, I started like at 18.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I was 18 when I started. Fresh.
If I could have kept that job and then also had this career,
oh hell yeah,
that'd have been great.
Yeah. So wish I had the maturity to keep that job.
Yeah.
I wasn't mature enough for that job.
No, I was.
I wasn't.
Oh, I thought I was.
Yeah. I was like, you guys are tripping.
Well, you mean to tell me that you all didn't go back and discuss some of the adventures of the day?
Oh, with the other carriers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody did. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've told you my favorite story was when a guy named Mike, who was in the same post office as me, Mike used to drink a considerable amount, especially during the holidays. And a lady called into the post office one day and said, hey, my letter carrier, I think he may have died. He's laying in the bushes on my property. So we kind of knew Mike and what might have happened. So the supervisor says to me, hey, you and John, go out there, see what's going on. We go out there. We find Mike laying in the bushes. He's still got a quart bottle of beer in his mail bag.
Oh, there you go, Mike.
So we pull him up. We throw him in a mail truck and take him to his apartment and drag him in there and leave him and then go back and deliver all the mail for him on his route and then go back to the post office. And everything was fine.
Wow.
No hassles, no
problems.
nothing. No
Nah,
suspension.
back then it was like free for all. We used to go at times. You'd go back. There's this one bar, and you'd see like 6, 7 mail trucks parked behind, and we'd all be in during lunch drinking pitchers of beer. Yeah. Well, it was hot out. You needed to chill.
Yes, you got to hydrate yourself.
And then wonder why you
Those
got
splits
someone
are long.
else's mail.
Yeah, seriously.
Hey, John, yeah, they did it again, man. I got your mail. Fine.
All right. Hey, we got to get to the sleazy, trashy Showbiz report.
All right, I'm waiting.
Oh, you want me to do it official?
Well, that's the only way I can do it.
It is time for the
Sleazy, trashy Showbiz report.
Yeah, boy, it's sleazy. Well, that's some of the stuff we may be finding out about Justin Bieber. He is responding to various stories about him. He says those stories are lies. And Ed says there's a lot of other stuff that I do that I'm not proud of. But he's not telling us what that is. But Justin, yeah, oh, I don't know, man. You were a star of a couple of stories from Diddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Front page.
Yeah, Diddy gave him a car, sports car, and they spent the weekend at some island.
How cool.
And first thing I wanted to know, Justin, where are your parents?
Yeah, because he was pretty young at that time.
Yeah, his parents were the ones who got all the money.
They're the ones who got all the money?
Yeah, they only got the money.
Yeah, well,
they knew where Justin was going.
Yeah, they pimped him out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Going to hang out with the Didster.
Yeah, okay, well.
The Didster.
The
Have y'all
Didster.
watched that Diddy?
Yeah.
In the Diddy documentaries?
Oh, yeah.
I have not watched that as yet.
That boy's nasty.
Yeah.
That's a nasty man.
He's out there.
Oh, yeah. The only thing I know is that all that oil they were talking about, that baby oil, that it was.
They're going out of business right now because
40
Diddy's
cases,
not here.
yeah.
And they, but they put something in that baby oil to go ahead and, well, numb you up.
Ease the pain.
Yeah.
That's aggressive, dude.
Oh, it was.
Well, anyway, Shannon Sharp, he's going to be leaving ESPN for just a while to deal with rape allegations that are facing him right now.
You think he'll be coming back?
I don't think he's coming back.
You don't think so?
No, I think he messed up.
I think he'll be coming back.
I think he messed up because they're not allegations. He admitted. I mean, they had like sex. Like they were.
He says that they're consensual.
Yeah, but she's 19.
Ooh.
He's like 57.
Ooh. Okay.
Wow.
She's 19.
And I'm just about to say good for him.
Yeah, you. I think you may be right.
She
on
got
that.
him
He
on
won't
the
be
phone
coming
talking
back.
about, I'm going to choke you. Shannon messed up.
Yeah.
Shannon messed
Shannon
up. I
may
love
not be-
Shannon.
Yeah,
I love Shannon. Now I hope he can bounce back.
Now, see, here's the thing. You don't talk to him on the phone. You don't leave any text messages
No.
or anything
No.
like that. It's the conversations are one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell him like a vet.
Shoulda.
Tell him one-on-one Ryan Williams can teach you something.
Yeah.
Shoulda Sanders. We're moving on.
That was a great story. Well, let's go on to the next
yeah,
one then.
Remember, he went through all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
About not being drafted. He was drafted, in the 5th round or something like that. And
To the Browns.
Yeah, to the Browns. And
Are you talking
that
about
all
Sanders?
happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be real. I mean, really, really interesting to see how this guy makes it.
Here's my question.
In the pros.
Why Cleveland now has 5 quarterbacks? 5 quarterbacks. Who's playing? Who's the
Cleveland's
starter?
Stacked. They're stacked over there.
Yeah.
Well, this will be real easy, because one of the reasons that they were saying that Shedeur took so long to get drafted was because of his attitude, which was like I'm
King Daddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a lot of the coaches didn't want to deal with his daddy because they felt at some point in time his daddy's going to be trying to say, well, this is what you should do.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll find out. Hey, Kanye West is getting flack for saying he should have had babies with Paris Hilton instead of her assistant, Kim Kardashian.
Ooh.
That's right. Kim was Paris's assistant, huh?
That is correct.
Wow.
And
Boy,
then
did
she
that
did-
ever change.
And then
Man,
all
talk
of
about roles reversed.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden she says, I'm going to. Who did the film? Paris did the first film, if
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
remember
mistaken.
One
Paris
night
had
in
a-
Paris.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then,
Jackson, I still got that favorite.
I still got that.
Yeah, you got. Yeah. Anyway, former Congressman George Santos, remember him? He's been sentenced to over 7 years in prison for wire fraud and ID theft.
Yikes.
That's aggressive.
Yeah. Well, now the guy was impersonating a congressman. All the stuff that he had given as far as qualifying himself was a lie. So, but you look at that. If he is a congressman, he got 7 years. What about some of these other people who are out there doing stuff? Other congressmen and what have you. What happens?
That's a
to
pretty
them?
strict penalty, I would think, for that.
I think so. Hey, Faces reuniting after 50 years.
That's Rod Stewart.
That's
and
Rod Stewart,
Ron Wood.
Ken Wood,
Yeah.
Ron Wood. That's right.
Yeah.
And Kenny, somebody. Anyway, the creator of The Sopranos says he was worried that James Gandolfini wouldn't be threatening enough to play Tony Soprano.
Oh, he was, believe me.
Oh yeah, he and I'll tell you the threatening part, that he didn't look threatening, but he would do it.
Yeah, I know.
He would
That
do
was
it.
the best
Yeah,
part.
that's
He didn't look threatening, but when he grabbed somebody by the collar and shook him,
yeah.
you knew he meant business.
Or you want to go for a ride?
Yeah.
With him. Or if you're a secretary, you want to go have a meeting with him.
Yeah.
Okay. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they snubbed the big fan favorite, but that's when you had a chance to pick who you wanted.
Right.
And that was Fish.
Fish. They got like over 300,000 votes or something.
Yeah, Fish did not make it.
You know who I also think should have made it and apparently got overlooked or snubbed? Billy Idol. I thought Billy Idol, he'd been around a long time.
He's not in the Hall of Fame yet?
No.
And you know who just joined the Hall of Fame that's been around forever? Chubby Checker.
Chubby Checker.
Wow.
And Chubby, he started a dance craze that went all over the
Yeah, that was like
the
1960
world.
or 61. Yeah.
And he never, I don't get it.
And I
sometimes.
can't believe Fish didn't make it, and I can't believe Billy Idol. That I don't know. I don't know how people get snubbed that are
It's
still
rigged.
It's got to be.
Well, I can only
political.
say,
Political.
Yeah, that is your Hollywood update.
All right, great. Thanks, Ron. Now we got to move on to some more audio. A TikTok mom is going viral after she counted up all the gadgets in her living room because they've been doing these surveys. How many screens do you have in your house? You know, your iPads, your phone, or your, I guess your phone is included too, but your iPads, your TV screens, computers, and so forth. Anyway, She's talking about her family and how many screens they have in their home. Here she is counting all of her family screens. Check it out.
My 2-year-old's iPad, my 5-year-old's iPad and his AAC, my 7-year-old's iPad, my 10-year-old's iPad and his iPhone, my iPad, my iPhone, and my Switch, and my watch, and my MacBook, my husband's iPad, my husband's iPhone, and his watch. Each of the 2 older boys have a PS5. My husband has an Xbox Series X and a PC. We have 9 TVs throughout the entire house. And the only time we limit screen time is Monday through Thursday.
Well, there you go. Only time they limit screen time is Monday through Thursday.
That's good.
When they want to cut the electric bill down.
9 TVs. Holy crap.
No, that's insane.
Yeah.
Man.
But I mean, if you have different rooms in the house.
Sound like I got a bunch of kids too. Sound like they had like 5 kids.
Sound like they had a lot of kids. 2-year-old's got his own iPad, his own iPhone.
I think that's it. That's the aggressive part.
That's the
the
part
2-year-old one was a little aggressive. Yeah,
no,
you gotta be careful giving them an iPad.
And
I think that messes with them.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you what, with iPads, what's one of the big hazards? Breaking them. Accidentally breaking them or something
easy to
like
break.
that. And then what happens after that? Well, you go get another iPad. Is that it? Just insane, man.
I know. But hey, so they got 9 TVs, and I don't know. I've always thought it was a good idea.
9 TVs.
We have quite a few in our house.
That's what I was thinking. I got a lot of TVs in my house.
Do you?
Yeah, I got
I'm
a
just
garage, backyard.
Backyard. I've got my office, the game room, family room, backyard. Bedroom.
I even got one above my treadmill.
There you go. We got like 5 or 6. Huh?
That's crazy.
I can't argue with her.
I like it. Everywhere I go, I got a TV to watch.
Yeah.
Bedroom, living room.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh,
Bedroom, living room.
That's nice.
Man, I feel bad for you.
Well, I don't miss anything. Because you know what?
I feel like you should have one on the back patio at least.
No.
Oh, man, you know how nice it is to sit out there?
I go back and I know what. I just decided that it's best that we keep it at that particular point, and if there's something I want to watch and something else is on, I just record it, and that's it.
All right.
So
I'm not judging you.
I have just 2 TVs, man.
Not judging, but judging. All right. By the way, we got to say hi to Stephanie Waller-Wojcinski, who's checking it out. Thank you, Steph, for checking in today on the Jack and Ron Facebook page. Be sure to share, every one of you guys, damn it, share this podcast with everybody you know. All right?
All right. And by the way, Roy went ahead and sent some additional information. He says one-on-one conversations, we were talking about being ghosted, are not good either. Don't forget about Donald Sterling. He thought he was having private conversations.
Donald Sterling. Remind me of that name.
That sounds real familiar, but I can't recall.
Donald Sterling. Oh, the LA Clippers owner. Remember he was saying like the hard R towards black people. Y'all remember that? He lost his team. They forced him to sell it.
I remember him.
Yeah, that was he was quite the racist.
I remember that chick he always had with him.
Yeah.
Had the little wild thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we better get to that.
And well, Rudy says I have a 13-inch in my bedroom and a console in the living room. All 21 inches of insanity. Thank you.
Good old Rudy.
My console, I forgot to mention, is wall mounted.
Is it 21 inches? He has a console. When was the last time you saw a console TV? That's in a big box of furniture. Looks like a piece of furniture.
Call them big booties.
Yeah. 21-inch, boy. Stop bragging, Rudy. Here we go.
Dumbass joke of the day.
Come on.
All right, we got 3 extremely cheesy jokes as usual, and we call upon Ron to pick one of the cheesy jokes. So once again, Ron gets to pick his cheese.
Thank you.
All right. Number 1, the bus ride. Number 2, the school teacher. Number 3, the job interview. Again, the bus ride, the school teacher, the job interview.
It's funny you bring that up, man, because you made it so easy. I just saw a story on Rosa Parks.
The bus.
That's right. So we will go with the bus ride.
Guy gets on a bus.
Yeah.
Sits down, noticed a beautiful blonde Chinese woman crying in the seat next to him. He moved over and asked her why she was crying. She said, I don't usually bare my soul to strangers, but I just came from my therapist. And he says, there's no way to cure me. And the guy says, well, gee, what's the problem? And she says, well, I'm a nymphomaniac, but I only get turned on by Jewish cowboys. And she says, by the way, my name is Kim. He says, glad to meet you, Kim. My name is Bucky Goldstein. Dang, I didn't know if that one would work. I should have thought twice. Well, anyway. It works for some audiences, you know.
Yeah, I'm looking at Richard, and if he's not, to have his head, back laughing and stuff like that, I have to look at it.
Okay, we'll move on to the next one. How's this? Little Johnny skipped school one day, and since his house was next to the school, the teacher decided to pay a visit to little Johnny's parents after school. And Johnny's granddad was the only adult home. So when Johnny's granddad saw the teacher coming, he said, "Johnny, your teacher's coming. Hide, I'll say you aren't here." Because little Johnny had skipped school that day. Little Johnny says, No, you go hide. I told the teacher that I went to your funeral.
Oh.
Hey, all right.
That wasn't too shabby.
Yeah, there you go.
That one worked, didn't it?
That's the Jack we know.
Finally. I'm giving you one more. A guy was interviewing for a job he really wanted. The interviewer says, in this job, we need someone who is responsible. And the guy says, well, I'm the one you want. At my last job, every time anything went wrong, they said I was responsible. Hey.
It makes sense.
That ain't bad.
It makes sense.
Okay, let's kind of get to the meat of the matter here with Tri-Bond. You know how Tri-Bond works. We give you 3 words. You got to come up with one word that works with the 3. Your answer must match ours. All right, the 3 words we gave you last week, and you had 7 days to think about it. The last 3 words from last week were bottom, door, tower. Bottom, door, tower. Did you guys think about it over the 7 days we've been gone?
Bell.
You got it. Bell. Yeah. Bell bottom, doorbell, bell tower.
This guy.
Yeah.
You like how I did that?
Yeah, I exactly. You said it right before I did.
I actually just dove into Jack's mind, and he was already thinking it, so I just pulled that word out.
Through extrasensory perception.
Oh, you were in there?
Yeah, I was like,
oh man.
Not deep.
Well, now.
Luckily, Bell was right there on the front.
We've got another one for you then. Another Tri-Bond to think about for 7 days. We'll come back next week to give you the answer. This one is so easy. A one-legged dog with, no. Let's make it a 3-legged dog with no tail and an eye patch. One-legged dog wouldn't be going very far. So, here we go.
Not far in life.
Here we go. Blank hip pay. Oh, God. I'm telling you, a monkey with no banana could
Blank
get this.
Hip pay?
Yeah.
Okay.
A chicken with no pecker would get this one. Blank hip pay.
I think I know what it is. I'll ask you at the end of the show.
I think I know what it is,
So
too.
we'll wait till next week, though, to give the answer? Thank you very much. All right. I guess we'll wait till next week. Maybe you will have the answer. Okay, we got to get to Too Tough Trivia to wrap this thing up because we're getting to the point where we're running over.
Well, here we go.
Yeah.
The question was...
Whoa. And he's hitting
okay,
every
I
button
guess
he's
this
got.
is it. I guess we'll do this next week. No, Tony Romo, Warren Moon, Kurt Warner, they all have one thing in common. What is it?
I said they were quarterbacks. And then,
No. They didn't run on all the one Super Bowls.
Oh, were they all walk-ons?
That's what I'm thinking. Were they all walk-ons?
Whoa!
All of them were undrafted. No one wanted.
You know who ended up being undrafted?
Well, Kirk Warner, he didn't go to the draft pool.
That's right. They were
if I'm not
undrafted.
Yeah.
They were.
If I'm not mistaken, there was a guy from Oklahoma named Wes Welker. I don't think he was drafted initially, but he got a call, and he ended up going to the Patriots and getting Super Bowl rings as he was receiving passes from Tom Brady.
Oh, by the way, Tom Brady was drafted 199.
Yeah, his draft is super low.
Isn't that amazing?
199.
I saw someone tweet that to Shador.
Yeah. I was about to say. Now that should let Shador know that. Okay.
He's super talented.
Oh, super talented.
Yeah, insane. No, he's good. Don't let the media fool you.
It's not the media that's fooling me. It's me watching him hold on to the ball until they chase him.
He had a poor line
out of the back. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Carter's line was.
But
super
he
weird.
had that poor line all season long. They should have done something
to get that ball launched
That's
faster.
right.
Yeah.
Get that ball out of his hand. He sit
Agreed.
there and he's looking. It's like, dude, 1, 2, 3.
Boom.
Get rid of the ball
Yeah.
or take off. You just don't sit there and get.
He's got some speed too. I will say that
but
much.
I don't think. Yeah. That part of
He
his
should have been
game-
drafted higher.
Well, possibly, but his game.
He
his
should have
game
been
was-
drafted higher.
Yeah, but
at least second round. There's no way that
he would
one of the number
well.
one QBs.
If he'd have shut
in
his
college.
mouth, if he'd have shut his mouth, he would have had a better chance. But all his interviews. I don't know if you saw any of his interviews.
I didn't think his interviews were
I did
offensive
see
at
some
all.
of them. Well, there were a couple where he's like,
He's
hey,
a little cocky, but
there was one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was like,
you
I'm
want
the
your
best.
QB to be cocky, do you not?
But, he kept saying, I'm the best. I should go first in the first round. I should be number one draft pick and all this. And I'm like, well, maybe you ought to just calm down a little bit.
Yeah,
Bring it down a notch.
Because you know what? The first thing that the folks are going to bring up when you screw up is, remember this?
Yeah,
I'm the best. I'm this, I'm that. And it's like,
True.
Yeah,
True.
so.
And you know what may be interesting about all of this, even though it doesn't affect football, it doesn't have to do with football. If I'm not mistaken, Michael Jordan didn't make his high school team.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. Look at that, and look at how much success he had. Like you were talking about Tom Brady or some of these other guys.
I think it's good for him. He's gonna have a big chip on his shoulder.
Mike?
No.
Oh, this guy.
Shador,
Shador, yeah.
Yeah, well, he might, but you know what? These big guys in the NFL, they'll knock that chip off along with the rest of his shoulder.
You ever see that show? Hey, rookie, welcome to the NFL. That's a good show. All right, we got to wrap this thing up because we're done. We're all done for the day. Okay?
I want to take you guys out to lunch.
All right.
But not today.
Okay, fine. We'll schedule it. We'll pencil it in. All right, we got to thank the nice folks at Othello's for allowing us to come in here each and every week. Othello's Italian restaurant right here at 1 South Broadway, historic downtown Edmond. Incredible Italian food. You will love it. They also have another location. It's on Campus Corner in Norman. The same food, the same everything. It's just so good. And they open every day at 4 p.m. Check out Othello's. Thanks to Richard, producer on this bombastic broadcast each and every week. And also thanks to the nice folks with Howard Harris.
Yes, right. Funeral Services, my friend. Go ahead and plan that final journey. Plan it the way you want it. All you need to do is call Audrey Howard Harris at 405-682-1883. They also offer will and estate planning.
And also, check out Jack Attack, the #1 and only cleaner you need for your vehicle. Inside and out, leather, vinyl, chrome, plastic, plexiglass, glass, and the paint will shine like never before. Get yourself a bottle of Jack Attack Clean and Shine. My picture's right there on the bottle. I wouldn't allow that if I didn't like the product. Go to shopjackattack.com. Shopjackattack.com. Get yourself a bottle. You'll enjoy it. You'll have fun cleaning your car for once. All right, we better wrap this up. When you go out to do what you do it like Jack and Ron. Be the very best at what you do. Be the best like Jack and Ron. Go out there, give it 110, 120, 130% effort. Like Jack and Ron, go out there,